he tells a very interesting incident that happened in Ahobilam Kshetra. So in Ahobilam, what happened? Padmapada was meditating in the forest. He was doing Narasimha Upasana and he was working really hard, doing a lot of tapas to get a vision of Narasimha. Then a hunter came there and he saw this person doing tapas and he asked, Swami, what are you doing tapas for? And thinking that the innocent hunter will not understand what he's talking about, he says, I am looking for a half man, half beast. And the hunter says, any animal in this forest, name it and I can bring it in front of you. And Padmapada Acharya laughs at his innocence and says, no, but it's not like that. This is not a beast that you can capture. It requires years and years of tapas to even get a glimpse of this Narasimha. And he says, no, Swami, you described the animal accurately enough. I will bring him to you today itself. By sunset, I will bring him to you. Padmapada Acharya again can't help but laugh at his innocence and he describes Narasimha Swami's rupa to him. Hunter says, okay, consider it done, and he walks away. And then, evening, he has tied up Narasimha Swami with a rope and he's brought him in front of Padmapada Acharya and made him stand there. Oh, Padmapada Acharya is shocked. He is not able to understand what is going on. He says, I have been doing so much tapas, all the tapas, austerity, mantra japa, puja, everything that I've done, I've not got a darshana. And here's the simple hunter who was like it was nothing, just tied him up and brought him in front of me. What is the secret to this? Then he hears the Asharira Vani that says, this hunter, from the moment that you described my form to him, every cell of his body has been meditating on me. His devotion, his concentration is so good that the moment you described my form to him, from that moment onwards, there was no second thought in his head apart from finding me. So it doesn't matter if you do puja or you do mantra japa or you do parayana or pravachana. What matters is how intensely are you focused on this goal. Because he is a hunter who hunts animals. But he was so intensely focused on me that this one day of tapas that he did with such intense focus, it is much more superior to all these years of tapas that you have done. So what matters is the spiritual intensity of what you're doing and not simply how much time you're spending in the puja room. Sri Mahasanidanam in one Anugraha Bhashanam said, some people very proudly they'll come and say, if I go into the puja room, to come out it will take 2 hours. In Mahasanidanam said, all that is fine, you take 2 hours, you take 3 hours. In those 2 hours, how much of the time are you actually thinking about God? How much of the time are you actually spending deeply engrossed in God? The 2 hours is helpful to the extent that at least during that time you don't do any other karma. But for 2 hours, if you're just distracted sitting in the puja room, there is no point. You have to try to consistently and consciously focus your mind intensely on the Lord. That is how you get a vision of the Lord. That is how you make spiritual progress.